prosper with all he's got. He's gonna ride for 8 seconds. Wants to be the man on top. He's gonna ride for 8 seconds. Gotta lift on that buck rein. He's gonna ride for 8 seconds. Everybody's gonna know his name. Oh yes, he rides for 8 seconds. And everybody knows his name.
This episode provides a glimpse of the rich history that surrounds our Western roots. TC Energy understands the importance of capturing and sharing this culture for generations to come, and we would like to welcome you to this episode.
I grew up in the state of Washington, probably in one of the most unlikely places as far as, where you'd say maybe a successful team roper is going to grow up and live. My dad was a water well driller, and my dad and mom actually were both 40 years older than me, and they grew up in the Depression, and I think that really made a strong. My dad was more of a real silent guy. There wasn't a whole lot of mentoring that he did on me, but it was the unspoken mentorship that I got out of my dad was, I feel like, amazing. Same with my mom. But they grew up in hard times, in the Depression, and they worked for everything. And we had a little old ranch in Coulee City, Washington, and Dad basically we had 100 head of mama cows, and that was for me and my 4 brothers to actually take care of the cattle, and we had a hay field to, raise hay, but it was more to keep all my brothers occupied than anything. He understood it was a great environment to grow up in, but he basically didn't care that much about roping or rodeo. It was more, all he ever did was work all day long. He had like an amazing work ethic from morning till night, a real honest man. And I just feel like who my dad was, there was an impartation of him into me about just working hard and being honest, and it was a good foundation to grow up from. I always loved horses, loved riding, loved the cowboy lifestyle because of growing up on a ranch. But I also could have seen myself as being a professional basketball player. I loved playing sports. So as a kid, I played basketball, baseball, football, and I realized pretty soon I was like ridiculously competitive. I mean, to the point of even playing checkers, I was hard to be around because it was all about winning. And but that was also really good for me to start seeing myself as highly competitive, and with my dad's work ethic and the competitive nature, and then the love of the horses, it just seemed like perfect opportunity for me to get into team roping, because it involves horsemanship, but it also involves being athletic and competition. So I fell in love with it right away. My dad, amazingly, I lost my mom at 15 years old, and that was a tremendous, explosion in my life as a kid, because I loved my mom so much, and she was one of those mamas that just loved me so much. I mean, I just knew that I was affirmed and loved from her, but it kind of blew me away. It's like my best friend had been taken from me, and I can still remember going out and when everybody was wanting to console me before the funeral, taking a walk, and it was probably one of the first real times when God showed himself real in my life, because I caught myself talking to God almost like, why did you take my best friend away? And I don't even remember saying, why did you take my best friend away? It was more like, what am I going to do without my best friend in life? What am I going to do without my mom? And it was like, I'm going to take care of you. I'll be there for you. And you know, it was amazing how, to me, being kind of a dumb kid, I believed him. I mean, that was one of my first deals of being able to say, I believe you. It was a silent, I believe you, but just saying. So there wasn't really any damage done when my mom died at that early age. I wasn't rebellious, wasn't mad. It was just cool that God affirmed to me that, hey, I'll take care of you, I'll be there. And so I was basically almost on my own after that, because my dad went on and had another relationship and got married again, and he actually let me go down to Phoenix, Arizona to try my roping out. So I went down there and roped in the wintertime because it was warm. Finished high school down there by myself. I mean, dumb kid, never been to the city, and got an apartment by myself in Phoenix, of all places. A lot of crime and everything. But somehow or another, I found my way to 35th and Baseline Road. There was a guy named Elmer Reed that kind of took me in, and I left my horses there, and I was able to rope there every night. Like, he had practices every night, getting better and better. And then my dad did want me to go back and actually graduate from my Ellensburg class. We lived in Ellensburg, Washington, so I graduated with that class. And then again, he allowed me to take off, and it was the coolest thing for me, because he said, I don't believe that anybody can go into like the sport of rodeo or recreation. All I've ever done is work all my life to put a roof over your head and food to eat for you and your brothers and your sister. And I just don't believe that anybody can make a living doing that. He gave me a truck, which I remember at the time, it was a new truck, $2,900 is what he paid for it. And I had a $2,500 horse. And that was my start, and a promise from my dad that I will not send you a dime. If you can't make it on your own, then that's it. You come back home, I'll teach you how to drill water wells and make a living for your family. Just once you get that out of your system, you come back. And that was the greatest motivation in my life, really, because there was no net, there was nowhere to go back to. I mean, I either made it, or I had to go back and do something that I wasn't even interested in.
Yippee-ki-yay. Still favor the same old hat and these worn out pair of boots. Sticking with tradition, proud of my roots. Raised up on common sense. Granddad showed me the way.
My memories contain life, like rocks hold the river. My hands tell stories, like cracks in the canyons. My legacy will live on, like legends told round the fire. My spirit is wild, and here I'm free.
Why settle for free checking when you can have free checking with bells and whistles? Get Kasasa checking at Western Cooperative Credit Union and get rewarded for doing what you do. ATM refunds, interest, cash back, and more. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd.
My mom had taken me to church every Sunday. I mean, I had buttons for not missing church, like 5-year buttons. And amazingly, she just drugged me every Sunday with me kicking all the way. I mean, I didn't like church. It was boring to me, didn't understand. About all I got, which, man, I'm so grateful to my mom, was that my mama loved God, and that was enough for me. It's like the fact that she loved God, I love God. So my belief system that I try to share with people, it's not as hard as people think. It was just as simple as, if I believed in my mom because I loved her and she loved me and she loved God. So I actually was jackpot roping in Montana with Clay and Travis Tryon's father, Dennis Tryon, and we just simply went to a little Bible study with some girls one night, and that's where I actually really understood, the whole faith thing, and accepted Christ into my life. And I just realized right off, well, I want, for my family down the road, I want a Christian woman to marry. So that was my first prayer ever, and I asked God to bring a Christian girl into my life, and I met my wife Peggy at 16 years old, of all places, in California. So I go from Montana to California, meet my wife. We dated for 3 years. Her family basically took me in. Her dad had a roping arena in the back of his place, and he helped me get started again with team roping. I had that arena, and all the best ropers were in California at the time. So when I look back on it, I think, man, he was right there from the start, from my mom dying right to me starting my career. And amazingly, the first year out, one of the greatest families in the sport of team roping, the Camarillos, I got an opportunity to rope with Reg Camarillo. And I know it wasn't any accident. It was, my footsteps are ordered by the Lord. It was set up by the Lord. So Reg Camarillo, which was known to be like one of the best headers at that time ever, that was his last year of rodeo, but it was my rookie year. So I actually made the NFR the very first year I tried, because I had this veteran header teaching me how to enter, teaching me how to travel. I can't thank Reg Camarillo enough for putting up with me as a dumb kid and teaching me the ropes. And then, but the very next year, I won my first world championship. On the last day, the 10th go-round, I was the least likely person to end up on top. That day, I roped my steer and one foot got out of it. So it was almost like, oh no, I kind of blew my chance. But I sat down there at the end of the arena and I watched everything in the world come undone that could come undone. Broken barriers, missed head loops. And when it was all over, everybody's like, who in the world won the championship? And it was almost like I knew I did. I mean, it was just, even the guys that was trying to figure it up, it took them forever to figure out who won it. So when I get my gold buckle, they always come with your name on them. Everybody knows that, right? So I look at it and I'm like, that don't quite feel right to me. And no one had ever done it. And that's kind of my personality. I'm kind of an out of the box type thinker. So I called Gary Gist up, which to me is the best silversmith ever. And he was also like a great team roper. And I'm like, Gary, it don't feel right looking down at this buckle and seeing my name on it. Would you mind putting Jesus is Lord on it? And he goes, I've never had anybody ask me that, and can't imagine why you would do that. And you won that, put your name on it. And he goes, if I can drive down from Sacramento to Merced is where we were living, I want to hear your story. So I tell him the story, and he goes, all right, I'll do it. you got me sold, that's important to you. I'll take that buckle back. I'll take your name off of it, you know. So anyway, so now I got a buckle that said Jesus is Lord on it. And oh my gosh, that was like putting a bullseye on my chest. So from then on, if I happen to accidentally find myself at the beer garden, I'm having a beer like every other normal person out, I was just getting criticized right and left. Oh, I didn't know Christians could do that. You know, and so I was just getting stabbed at right and left. But again, God putting the right people in my life. You know, I invited Jake Barnes into the PRCA. I heard there was this really up and coming header down in Texas. He actually lived in New Mexico, but I called him up, and here I am, a world champion, and he's 2 years younger than me, and Popeye Boldenhouse was where he was at, and they hollered out the door, "Hey Jake, Alan Bach's on the phone." And he's like, "Oh yeah, right." Alan Bach's not calling me. And he didn't understand where I would even have heard about him, but we all hear about the great up and coming. So anyway, I invited him. I'm like, "Would you want to come live with me and Peggy and rope with me, and you know, we'll start our careers together." So we roped 3 years together, made the NFR all 3 years. And then it seemed like God just kept putting different type partners in my life for different reasons. But also, I've found myself being the guy that everybody it seemed like I was the guy that always was there for someone's faith. Like Clay O'Brien Cooper, that roped with Jake after I roped with him. They dominated and won 7 world championships, and I become best friends with Clay and got to share my faith with Clay. And so then it turned into me and Jake and Clay as far as the faith part.
Medora is a proud family tradition, one that goes back for generations. It can be a little escape or a full-fledged adventure. Whatever it is, Medora does something to you that keeps calling you back for more. Whether it's your first time or your 100th time, you're sure to love it every time. Your new favorite memories are here, so what are you waiting for? Explore it, adore it, Medora.
It's not just any other hat. It's a 143-year-old time-tested tradition. 100% fur felt, built and shaped by expert hands. Custom fit for the life you live. Burns hats turns heads. So expect compliments. Burns hats, above average because you are.
When looking for a new financial institution, forget the rest and head west. Head to Western Cooperative Credit Union. Whatever your financial need, we're the best in the West and probably everywhere else too. Western Cooperative Credit Union. Join the herd.
Trails West has been producing the best horse and stock trailers in the industry for over 30 years. And now we're excited to present our exceptional line of slant load trailer models. Our slant load trailers are top sellers for a reason. Their durability and longevity are unmatched in the industry. We invite you to visit your local Trails West dealer today and start dreaming of your next adventure. Trails West, the only trailer in its class.
Good morning. Welcome to First International Bank and Trust.
Mom, it's Saturday.
Well, I guess I could wait until Monday to deposit your birthday checks.
Whoa, let's not get carried away here.
Okay.
Mobile banking from First International Bank and Trust. Just another way to live first.
There you go. Checks are deposited.
Hey, hon, can you transfer some of those checks into my account?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. This bank's just closed.
Open your account at livefirstmobile.com.
and then Ricky Green come along, and I can still remember the day, which it's so fresh in my mind right now because we just lost Ricky to leukemia. But what's so reassuring and amazing about my story is me and Ricky was on my motorbike one night in Queen Creek, Arizona, and we went over to this little Baptist church that I wanted to just show him where I went to church at. But Ricky was a little skeptical of the whole faith deal, and my pastor happened to be up. It was after dark, and he heard a motorcycle going around the church, and he waved us in. So I introduced Ricky to my pastor, and I told him, I said, Ricky has a lot of questions about, faith. Would you mind talking to him? Well, it was that night that I got down on my knees with Ricky, and that's where he accepted Christ into his life. So I can remember so vividly that was the start of his faith. So it was kind of cool because I got to be a part of so many people's faith. And when everybody asks me, well, why you? And all I can say is I'm not qualified for it. I didn't have no Bible seminar deal. I was just available. And then my encouragement to kids nowadays is it's not the qualified that God uses, it's the available. And I just kept making myself available. God really put it in my heart and mind about divine appointments, so I started praying that there'd be at least one person every day that I could, connect with and share my faith with, and it seemed like He never let me down. Every day, just one a day, every day, there was always somebody I was bumping into, and now when I look back on it, it's like, wow, it's how can one person, or God use a person, just one person at a time, to make a real big difference. And again, I challenge the kids. I mean, there was a boy the other day that spent a week with me. He's one of our high school boys. It's a real good high school roper. And he come from Montana, stay with me for a week. And my wife had went to see her parents in California. And I just simply spent the week helping him with his roping and hanging out with him. Me being 60, him being 17. But I was inspiring him to, hey, everything you do in life, you have an opportunity to be the best you can be, but then also share your faith. And because of that, God will really bless what you're doing if you put a lot of effort into it, spirit of excellence. So he was so motivated when he left. And it wasn't home in Montana, it seemed like a month. And he started winning a lot more and texting me, telling me how much that he was winning and so happy about his roping. But then he also, oh, by the way, Alan, I was able to lead 2 of my friends to Jesus the other day. And then since then, which is about 3 months ago, he's actually led 3 of his high school buddies to the Lord. And if you asked me what was the most special thing that happened to me this year, I mean, I do business like everybody else does, but making money, buckles, saddles, they're nothing compared to that. And this morning I was thinking, I was doing a little devotion just by myself, but it comes down to the simple thing is your belief system that we all have, our own free will, you better use it wisely, because you can make the choice to be a friend with this person or a friend with that person. But I would rather trust the Lord to say, is it this person that I need to hook up with, or is it this one? Whether it's business deals, the person you're going to marry. To me, I've just been able to see that God helps us to make all the right choices if we'll just listen to Him. It's kind of simple, really.
I've been a cowboy most of my life. I punched a lot of cattle, got in a few fights, and I've been around a time or two. I made a little money, I spent a little too. But I've been a cowboy living a cowboy. It's all I